I'm just a poor wayfaring stranger.
Hey y'all, I was gonna do a video and give you some tips to get home, because me and Steve Allington were talking about one of our biggest messages is that it is possible to drive a truck and still have a quality family life with some good home time. I know some of the company drivers have a little bit harder time, but we put in our time as company drivers. We paid our dues and we found a proper job that pays well and gets us home. And once you do that, you'll more than likely be working a load board. Now, this should work for any load board. So what you want to do is you want to set your home location and you find all the loads that are delivering to your home location. Now, the load board I was looking at showed 1,160 loads in a 500-mile radius coming to my home area. That's a little bit much to cipher through. So I shortened the radius to 100-mile radius, and it showed me 60 loads that are delivering to my home area within 100 miles. You want to get it as close to your home as possible, so you shorten your deadhead. Now, what I was shown was I had 6 loads over here to the northwest, 521 miles, $1.36 per mile, 708. Big whoop, right? Big whoop. 3 loads, 570 miles, $1.60. That's a little bit better, makes 9.10. And finally, 4 loads, 731 miles, $1.65, 12.07. That's a pretty good load. Okay. Over here to the northeast, we had these loads. 2, 624 miles, $1.63, $1,015 a load. 5 loads at 449 miles, $1.54. That makes $6.93. 4 loads at 409 miles, $1.89 per mile, $7.72. That's a little bit better load. It's $1.89 per mile. Now, there are other things that will come into your calculations, such as pickup and delivery time, weight, and such, but this is just a rudimentary form to show you how to make home time. So, down here on the southwest, we had 4 loads, 315 miles, $1.54 per mile, $484. 1 load, 700 miles, $1.58 per mile, $11.37. Over here, I only have 1 load to my southeast. I live in Mississippi. You can put it where you want to. 1 load, 551 miles, $1.86. That's total 4 stops, 1,026. Now, chances are, if I was choosing one of these loads, I would probably try to put myself in this area. Now, once you find out where the loads are close to your area, okay, you got this area, let's just say Arkansas, Missouri, down here Texas and Louisiana, down here would be Florida, South Alabama, up here you have your Georgias and your Northeast and stuff, you know. I usually find pretty good loads coming out of there. So once you find these loads, you want to find the ones that are steady, that are steadily popping up, and they are very dependable. So once you find a place that is steadily shipping loads back to you, alright, say like I'm always getting loads from the northeast to my home area, sometimes within 20 miles. All the time I'm getting them. And over here from the northwest, I'm all the time getting loads. Let's just say Dallas Fort Worth area coming to my home area, sometimes within 20 to 40 miles. Very dependable freight. Now, down here is questionable. Down here is seldom. It's hard to write when you're looking through a camera. So what you want to try to do is you want to run a radius around your home area to find loads that'll take you to this area. Alright? Once you find the loads that take you to this area that are constant, you got constant loads coming back that you can depend on. You'll learn the areas that you're going to go, and you'll have this constant loop where you can go back and forth. When you go out, you take a 10-hour break. When you come back, you can take a 10-hour break at home. Even if you're 20, 40 miles away from the house at a truck stop, you can get a family member to come get you and take you home for 12, 15 hours. And then you pick up the next load and go back. That's how you get your home time when you're reading the load board. Now, if you're out here and you're going bam, 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 and then back home, your home time's going to get all messed up. You might make more money, but it's where you want to be when you want to be there. Now, I will be at home multiple times a week, but I know where the constant freight is coming to my area. And I know when I run my radius around my area, there's certain places that I go to that will send me to this area. Now, I do have a little bit of trouble getting up here to get this $1,200 load. That's the one that I would like to get. Okay? Because it's a lightweight load. But I have a hard time finding loads in my area that take me there. Part of the problem is I think the people in my area have already found it, and I'm in competition to get that load. But if these loads are coming close enough to home and you can keep your deadhead down between your drops and your pickups, you can come out pretty good. Now, occasionally I might pull one of these big stoppers right here. Sometimes I might. Like, I like to go to Jacksonville on occasion. Alright? Because it's straight, flat roads all the way to Jacksonville. There are a few agricultural stations and way stations and stuff you have to deal with, but that just comes with the territory. And speaking of such, how are y'all enjoying the park apocalypse? I don't think it's that bad so far. But, ladies and gentlemen, you can get home working a load board. Run that radius and see where your freight is that's coming to your area. When you find the freight, find the loads in your area that are going there. Book the load going out, book the load coming in. Book the load going out, book the load coming in. And you can come back and forth. Out and in. Now, sometimes it don't always work like that, especially around holidays. But you know what? This Christmas has worked out pretty good, this Christmas season, because I reckon a lot of drivers have went home, and there's a lot more freight out there for me to pull towards my house. So I'm looking forward to finishing up this week. I'm going to do some numbers videos here in a few minutes. I'm actually getting loaded in Mississippi right now, and I'm getting ready to go back towards the Northeast. Now, I don't go deep into the Northeast. I try not to go past the Carolinas. But I do enjoy staying down in the southeast, southwest area. I did not enjoy my last trip to Missouri. It was not fun. My truck gave me a hiccup going up and down them hills. Had to do a little repair. But all in all, I think I'm going to stay down my way, and I'm going to practice what I preach and to keep taking those outs and ins. But sometimes I think that Snyder's watched my load planning and have copied some of my load planning, because there's one load that is dedicated out of a plant 80 miles from my home that always goes out, and it's lightweight, and there's always a load just like 20 miles down the road where we drop that one to come back home, and it's gone now. But we're still shipping them on Snyder trailers, which is sad, because I liked that load. I really did. Oh, it's going to make me cry, because there was a truck stop right across the road from where we dropped over yonder. And once you drive over there, drop your load, you park at truck stop, get up next morning, drive 20 miles, pick up a load, come home. That was sweet. That's the way I think a truck driver with a family should run his operation. as long as he's looking for the best rates in his area that are coming back. And you manage your fuel mileage and you manage your deadhead and your expenses. Anyway, that is how I've made it work for me so far. Since I've been on the program, I've been on the program just over a year and a half. And, you know, every load board, I believe, should work like this. And you can find the loads coming home. Sometimes it's worth taking a little bit less money to get home. So God bless. Have a great day. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. There's the babies.
Where?
They don't even look at me. Look at them.
That one's still young right there. Oh, we were spotted.
Where you going, Mama?
Bless it. Aww. Something's wrong with his leg.
Nuh-uh.
Yes, huh?
Nuh-uh.
Yes. His back leg. He's got a limp. Oh my gravy.
I see a swollen spot.
I can't deal with it.
Go up to her.